Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an art journal with me video. So let's get started. Alright, so to get started, I'm just taking my big brush marker in gray and I'm scribbling a rough border around my page. And I'm doing this on an ungessoed page. There is some extra paint I had from another project just kind of scraped randomly on the page, but that's it. And I'm scribbling on some script here. It's not meant to be read at all, so the messier and the more illegible the better. Now I'm taking some green neon paint and just kind of adding some to one side and then squishing it between the other page here to evenly distribute it. Now I'm just spritzing some water on both pages to make it a little more pliable and easy to move. After I've done this, I gave it a quick dry and then I moved on to the next part. So I found some cool focal points, and here I'm just playing with the placement until I found something that I liked. And here I'm just tracing a line where some of the pictures had a horizon line, so I'm just trying to imitate that here, and I'm taking a ruler to solidify this across both pages. And I'm taking some yellow to fill in that bottom section. And I'm doing this quite heavily, so there's more paint than I did with the neon color. And I gave this a quick dry once I was done applying the first coat. And I'm applying a second coat here. And I'm making sure to keep that top edge of the yellow nice and crisp. Here I'm taking a darker shade of the green that I used in the background to kind of frame the green section. Once I finished that, I went in with a baby wipe to further blend in that paint. Here I'm trying to decide which stamp to use in the background, and I ended up going for a large text stamp. And I'm just stamping this kind of randomly on the background just to add a little bit more interest. Now I'm just looking for another text stamp to add, and I'm going to be doing the same thing, just randomly stamping it in the background, not worrying about where it's going, just trying to fill in that empty space. Here I'm taking a chevron stamp and stamping it on the bottom section of the page, quite roughly, not worried about getting a perfect impression or anything like that. Now I'm going to adhere my focal points. And I'm just sticking these down with my homemade gel medium. Now here, I wanted to add the word all to the page, so I'm just going to stick those down really quickly on the page as well. Now here I'm just tracing out the shape that I want for the speech bubble, because I want it to say blah 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 over and over inside of it. And here I'm just taking some white paint to fill in the shape that I just traced. And I'm not worried about a super heavy coverage here because I still want some of that texture to peek through the background, but I am going to go in with a little bit more white in certain places just to kind of add a little bit more coverage, but I don't want it to be a solid white. Now I'm just taking a white paint pen and defining some areas like where the speech bubbles begin, just to get those lines a little more crisp. And I'm just blending those out with my fingers. I gave that a quick dry, and then I went in with a black marker to highlight that horizon line, or outline that horizon line rather, and to outline the speech bubble as well. I gave that a quick dry. I didn't want to smear anything. And then I wrote the words blah blah blah, just over and over and over again inside the speech bubble. Then I added a little bit of a shadow to one side. So this is a 3/4 shadow. And that is the book finished. Well, I added a date stamp and then that's the book finished. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!